What's up guys, and what's good? Welcome to another episode of the Road to Raids. So this episode we're just starting off with a bit of cooking. I go from 87 to 90 as I was hoping in my previous video. So that was really nice. Our total is going to max out at 1955 once I've hit level 90 there, which we'll see in just a minute. As for the contents of this video, there's a bit of skilling. Then we have to finish off the Zami task that we started last week. And then we've got a little raid at the end, so you can hopefully look forward to that. But yeah, as we go through, we'll just have a little chat about some of the things that we encountered this week. Also, whilst this cooking thing is going on, I should just explain that this week, for some reason, you know, the motivation was gone. I've been very busy as well with real life stuff and family stuff. I've needed to be, you know, all over the place, so that's fine. But yeah, it's meant that, you know, in the small gaps of time that I have had, I haven't really felt like trying to bang out 10 or 20 Zami kills and things like that. So that took me a little while. And then also, I think the cooking grind, just because it took me about two or 3 days, basically, it kind of grinded me out. So I am looking to get back into the more exciting stuff. But as we go through the video, we'll be discussing some of the things that I'm getting to a point where I really need to actually just get on with them. So we'll talk about that in a minute. But there's 90 cooking, all lovely, and I can cook dark crabs, which I don't think I'll be bothering with for quite some time, because I can show you the food stack in just a second here. So you can see that pretty much everything is cooked. There's just some odd bits of food there. And then if we go to this tab, look at that. So much food. Nearly 9,000 Quran ones, nearly 7,000 monkfish, nearly 3,000 sharks. That's going to last quite a while, even with some of the bosses that we're coming up against. So in this clip, I am actually just training mining just because I was a little bit bored and I wanted to AFK. I didn't really want to be focusing too hard on bossing. And I was also quite close to another mining level. So this inventory, basically, once I just pop back, I will be getting 79 mining. But I figured you guys might enjoy watching me empty 160 or so ore out of the hopper. Because Motherlode Mine, once you've got that kind of increased bag size, is just so chill. Like, it's really, really great. And then you look, full inventory of mithril ore. You know, it's just so good. It's so good. I really enjoy this. As much as I haven't done much of it, it's like, this is my kind of downtime, if you will. So I've sped this clip up a bit, and we'll zoom ahead straight to the level, to 79. And yeah, that's another nice little total level. And I noticed in one of SparkMac videos that he's actually 1975 in total, and he's got hundreds of bills, and he's been training with cutting dragon stones, and, you know, he did a few of the thrones in the house, the demonic thrones, which is just crazy construction XP, but insane cost. I'd really like to beat SparkMac to 2,000 total. That would be kind of nice, you know, especially considering the bank that he's got behind him. Okay, so as I promised in the last video, I did have the Elite and the Master Clue that I needed to do. So I've done both of them and got the caskets, and we'll start with the Elite. It's pretty rubbish. You know, it's good value, and the palm tree seeds are nice, so that's good. And then here's the Master, and we've got more seeds, which is actually really nice. So 2 more palm trees and 2 more yew seeds, which is really nice, and a couple of dragon items, which I do count as alchables, but I'm not sure I ever will actually alch them. Now here, again, kind of bored and a bit of downtime and just thinking about that 2k total level, and I figured I'd try out this OpenGL method of pickpocketing the knights, and there we go, there's 87 thieving, and that is good. It's about 160 to 170 KXP an hour. It's really nice, actually. Now, we are actually back at Zami, and it was okay. It's a long grind, but there you go, you can see we got Godsword Shard 2, which is my very first shard. I'm quite pleased with that. I would like to have a full blade before I get a hilt, to be honest, which really is quite likely, but you know, stranger things have happened. Also, I'm practicing the prayer flicking for the minions only after I've killed Zami, so I'm not attempting to pro flick the minions whilst killing him. I know some people like Boti. I think they mainly do it on Sara, right? But they pro flick the minions during the kill, and I think he only does it on Sara because obviously the boss isn't actually hitting him whilst he runs around the room. But I have seen somebody attempt to prayer flick all the minions whilst they're killing the bosses. I think Boti might have done it on Bandos even. But yeah, Zami's really nice because you actually get Wines of Zamorak, which makes quite a lot of sense considering, really, but I didn't actually realise before I went, even though I've killed Zami many a time before, I kind of forgot. But it actually stockpiled nearly 300 Zami wine, which is huge. That's so good. Now here we are, we're getting kill number 36, and I'm getting quite comfortable with Zami. It has KO'd me a couple of times because I take the risks. You can see I'm just kind of standing there with 25 HP, like even the minions could just smack me. But that's kind of the nice thing about not being a hardcore anymore. I can be a little bit cheeky with it. And there we go, hopefully we'll get the last hit here. And I wonder if my flicking's any good in this clip, because some clips I do really good flicking. But there you go, there's a second Steam Battle Staff. So just a little spoiler, I didn't get a spear at all during that task. Now, this is a master. I got every single tier of clue from that Zami task, whether it was getting kill count or actually Zami. And so I traded them all in and got a master clue here. And it gave me the Fletcher Rune Dart, which is 89 smithing just to make the Rune Dart tip. And then I need one more fletching level to actually make the darts. Now, this doesn't seem too crazy, but I did a bit of kind of exploring, and I thought, you know, let's see if this is feasible kind of thing for right now as a grind, because smithing is something that I do want to get up. It's very useful, and it's also one of the key problems with the elite diaries that I'm suffering from. That and runecrafting, they're both the biggest hurdles. So as you can see, I've got 3,000 gold there, which is nothing in comparison. I need 31,000 gold to get to 84 smithing, I believe. I double checked. And so I need to buy 27,000 gold ore, and I've seen people do this at Motherlode Mine. And as far as I understood, it was very expensive, and it still seems to be worthwhile to a lot of players. And it's not like I can't afford it, because I could alch all my alchables, and, you know, I would just be able to manage it, but I'm not too sure. So basically I decided not to right now, but you'll see why. I'll go through the maths in just a second. Okay, so here we are, just heading into the blast furnace, and this was basically, I wasn't planning to dive straight in. I just wanted to see how much the gold actually cost, and it was a good sign that there was 100 in the store. At a starting value of 225, I thought, actually, that's pretty reasonable. And then I filled my inventory here, checked again. I only bought 10, in fact. Checked again, and it was already up to 270. So by this point, I was wary of it, right? That's quite a lot of GP. Although gold is obviously the fastest way, it will be the thing I do. I will buy gold to boost, but I'm not going to do it yet, because if I go back and buy more gold, which you'll see in a second, I'll jump straight to me kind of emptying the store out. So I was doing some maths here, and I calculated that it was roughly 9 mil if I paid the 270 price on average. And I thought, okay, you know, 9 mil is actually really feasible. I can manage that. Now we're going to try buying out the stock and see really how high the price goes. I'll jump ahead to when I bought out most of the stock. Right, so here we go. 36 left, and already it's at 634 coins per gold ore, which is huge. Now, that effectively triples the 9 mil. I think I worked out in worst case scenario, when I buy these last 9, the max price is 675. I worked out worst case scenario, we'd be looking at something in the region of 32 million GP to buy this many gold ore. I think it must be quite a lot less if you average it out, but, you know, I always go by worst case scenario. I want to make sure that I have plenty of GP so that I don't run out halfway through, because that would be stupid. The one plus side is that I can obviously make these into bars, then make them into braces, and then if I have gems, I can attach the gems and get extra crafting XP and some extra GP when I alch them. However, alching them, if I buy them for any more than 240 GP, is going to be a complete loss. So I'm definitely going to lose money on this. What that meant right now is, you can see there, I've got 17 mil in my alching tab, and I've already alched a bunch of stuff to get that 6 mil cash stack that you can see there. A lot of those items I really don't want to alch, and so my solution is to drop the clue, unfortunately. I am going to drop it. And it does mean that what I need to do is do my battle stuff. So one of the major grinds that I should be focusing on doing right now, because it obviously helps crafting as well, which means if I get another Zenyte, I can make the Tormented brace, hopefully. Sooner anyway, at least. But also, I have so many battle stars. We're nearing 6,000 battle stars, which is going to get me 2 levels from 87 to 89, I believe. and that is obviously going to also equal about 50 mil in alks. So that's kind of locked up in my bank. So the first thing I need to do is get myself together, runecraft all the cosmics, and then actually get on with that. So yeah, once I do that, I can look at getting back to the blast furnace and buying all that gold ore. Now, to end the video off here, last night, a couple of guys from the clan chat, Drop Trade and DIY Mary, they both wanted to do a raid, and it was actually one of the smoothest raids I've ever done on my main or on my Iron Man. This is only the 9th raid on this account. I haven't done many because they're actually, you know, fairly time consuming, and also I feel like a leech. I don't have very good gear, and like Mary said later, the kill was quite slow on Ulm, and I agree, to be honest. My range level was only level 93. Even though it was very smooth, we weren't getting, you know, very fast kills, and so it was going really well. We've got the technique down, and really good group of guys to raid with. Seriously, they're fantastic. So yeah, you'll see the loot in a second. It's nothing special, I'll just tell you that now, because I'm going to do my outro, because it's time for me to get on with some other stuff. I'm really still quite busy. So that's it for this week, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you on RuneScape. Take it easy. Peace.